All right, so how many times have you woken up and said, how did I arrive in this family? You get out of bed and you're like, I do not feel like I fit in this family. Did the stork drop me off? Was I adopted and they didn't tell me yet? How did I get here? And you look around and you can see similar traits maybe physically, but everything else, it does not make any sense. Well, I'm Tracy A, creator and founder of the Body Regeneration Academy, helping you understand how to empower yourself around health, wealth, and intuition, because the more you grow, the more you understand what's going on inside, the more you can actually create the life you actually really desire. A lot of people don't understand that it's the internal environment that creates illness and disease. It is not the external environment, and it's not even contributed to toxins, which many scientists have actually discovered this, but that information gets pushed under the rug. So I'm here to help you understand that, and the more you're willing to change in here, the more this you can change, the more you can have a longer life to enjoy the things you choose to enjoy. All right, if you want to read it now, you can click below. You can see that for me, and also we'll shift the energy, and I'll do a card reading for you. Or come join me on the Telegram or any of the memberships where you can learn and be empowered, or the free membership. All right, there you go. So you wake up and you go, I'm just being like, wake up out of bed. Think yourself as a little kid. And you're like, why am I in this family? Like, I don't understand. I don't fit. I see things differently. Things are not the way they used to be. Like, what is happening here, right? Well, there's a term that was told to me a long time ago by one of my mentors, and she's used to term it the laundry cleaner. She says, you're a laundry cleaner. And I was like, a laundry cleaner? What's a laundry cleaner? So a laundry cleaner is someone that comes into the family very, very different. So you're a very aware soul. You're usually a lot older in terms of you've had a lot more lifetimes than most people. And you come here to actually look at the patterns. You come here to look at the patterns in your family to break them so they don't continue. The reason that illness is continued over and over, it's actually, a lot of scientists have found out it's not from DNA and genetic coding. It is actually from what they call imprinting. And Dr. Bruce Lipton does a great article on this, on imprinting, and talks a lot about it. So what is imprinting is you take on that energy and you create it in your own body. You print it into your body. Why do you get it and somebody else doesn't? Because you're actually the soul that would know to do the inner work to release it. That's actually part of the game of life, to say, why did I get that? Okay, I'm going to release it. Not just hand your body over to the authoritative figures, but really look at why you released it. That's what happened to me, right? I got a lot of things you've heard from my mother, my grandmother, my great-grandma. They all imprinted it down. And finally I woke up and was like, no. Oh, what's going here? And I was able to release it. Not their way, my way, which meant I got to keep all of my organs, right? I got to keep all of my organs, where they lost a lot because they went the old traditional way. So typically, if you're the one that does wake up, you're like, I think differently, I don't feel like I fit in my family, they don't relate to you, you don't relate to them, because you look at the world differently and you grow. You can have people in your family that they're victims all the time. You're not a victim, and it's like, I can't function like that, so you'll pull apart. Or you'll have people in your family that, it could be your parents, they really want you to do a certain thing their way, but they have no perception outside of themselves as why you don't do it that way. So now you're kind of the black sheep of the family. That's how I felt a lot of the times, the black sheep of the family, because I didn't want to look at the world the way they did. And I didn't want to just follow, because I knew I was a misfit from a very young age. So basically, we come to clean out the programming of the family. We come to create a different line with different possibilities, because you have the actual knowledge, awareness, and strength to do it. So if people started to learn this concept more, they would look at life differently, and there wouldn't be so much resistance. You would see your family for who they are, and you would be able to accept them, and whether they would be able to accept you or not is really up to them. And if they can't, that's where you just pull away from them. You just create a whole new world for yourself, and it's normal, right? And then you create a different family, like your soul family, which are friends or people, that communities that understand you, that get you, that you can go have conversations with. I have many conversations with my friends and many conversations in my community that I couldn't have with my family and never would be able to have. They would look at you like, oh yeah, okay. Meanwhile, it's very ironic that that's how they roll their eyes. But if I look at my health, I look at my work, I look at my environment, I look at my friends, I have the most peace, I have the least amount of stress. I'm the only one doing what I love to do. Everybody else is doing what they think they should do. I'm the only one that is actually at my age and in the family, no issues going on. The only one that doesn't take medicines for different things, doesn't have to have surgeries, like the only one. But they roll their eyes like this. So I don't care. Be the only one and live your life really well. But here's the other thing. Go inside and shift it and move it for you so you can change your external environment, because right, your external environment is based on what you're going on in here, and illness and disease is based on what's going on in here. So right, high levels of stress not changing, you're looking, maybe you're in a loveless marriage, maybe you're in a career you don't like, maybe you're hanging out with friends you don't like because you don't want to be alone. There's many, many, many different scenarios that can bring it on. That all contributes to disease in the body, right? That also will shrink your ability, like your telomeres, they'll kind of get worn down. You know, your immune system gets worn down. The cancer gene stems up because it starts to feed on depression and heaviness and anxiety. And, like if you're always going back home and maybe, your father makes you anxious or your mother makes you anxious and you're not dealing with it and you don't know why. So I know I make people anxious because they're afraid, because I can see what's going on. And they'll get anxious and then they don't want to be around me because I'll see the truth and I'll talk to them about it. And a lot of times they don't want to know the truth. I've experienced that in my own family as well. They don't want me around because I will call them out and say, have you looked at this? Or did you look at this? Or I'm concerned I do see this. If they don't want to hear it, it's fine. But they also don't want to be around you because you see the truth of what's going on. And a lot of times people want to be like this. No, I'll just live my little sorry life. No. And complain about it. And I'm sorry, but usually when you're the laundry cleaner in the family, you get tired of doing the laundry. And this is what happens as you get older. You get tired of doing the laundry and you say, you know what? I'm going to focus on what I need to do. That is not part of my world. I'm not interested in whining, complaining, victim worlds, and on a regular basis. People that are angry, stressed, like you just get to a point where you're like, life doesn't have to be that way. So you allow them with love to go on their way. You meet at certain times of years. You agree to just sort of not, let your energy be consumed to the point where now you're drained and tired, because they will make you drained and tired. I had someone in my family that literally I had to always be around like an island or a piece of furniture. If you put on my phone, if you put your phone in between, so this was your furniture, it will actually block energy from coming from you to the other person. So another thing you can do too is if you sit with your hands like this a lot of times and you point your feet in, it actually also prevents them from taking your energy. So a lot of times what happens when we're with these places, we get stressed or anxious and then they start taking our energy. And when they take our energy, then we start to feel very tired, very exhausted, right? And now you're cleaning them. You're working to clean them because they need to take your energy for them to feel bad. That's why people will, even in your family, causes a lot of arguments, because a lot of times people close to you will want to cause arguments because they need your energy to sustain their life. They need your energy to sustain your life. So everything inside you is what's creating the physical issues. And your family, you are born in to be free, to break free, right? You're not obligated. And this is the misinformation that we're taught, is that you're obligated because they're blood or their family. Now, if they can't see you for who you are, but you're only allowed to see them for who they are, and you can't have a conversation, then the relationship's going to change. It's not going to be as deep, and it's not going to be as intense. It's not going to be as nurturing, because it's going one way. And usually that's what happens. That's why family patterns perpetuate, because they keep doing the same thing. And you'll find there's very big similarities between the people, the male and female of the ancestral line, habits and programs that you pick up. when you start to look and release that habit and that program, then all of a sudden your life will change. So you do get a point where you're like, I am not the laundry cleaner anymore. I refuse to clean your laundry, but I will look in and change my life and keep changing the DNA structure on an imprint level down my road. So that's all you can do, and change you and live by example. That's the biggest one I always find really interesting, is people who look at you and roll their eyes at you, yet when you look at your life and you just go, wow, I'm very grateful I don't live in that brain, because you've learned the tools. But you used to live in that brain. You were like that for the pleasing and all the things we do in family. You don't want to be shut out and you don't want to be called crazy. Well, it's part of the journey. So that's why you're different in your family. That's why you will show up different. And if you start to understand that, you can start to reclaim. I do this to reclaim. You pull the energy in to reclaim your sovereignty and your freedom and your independence of who you are. All right. I hope that answers the question. And I hope you have a great day filled with lots of love. Reclaim your sovereignty and your freedom. I send that out into the world for you. I'm Tracy A. Clark. Thank you for being here. Click the like, subscribe, and share. It helps us grow. Comment. It helps me grow, and it helps to create more content. So I appreciate it. And again, if you want to book it, read it now, the link is below. Telegram's below, where we can talk about other things that aren't censored. All right. Much love, everybody. Have a great day.